Prologue. I was 17 years old, senior year in high school, crazy wild party girl. I had this friend. She was so absolutely amazing. She's passed away now, so it's a little hard to talk about her. But her and I one day were gonna cut school, go to the back roads to smoke cigarettes, and I had just stopped seeing this guy who was a lot older than me. He was like 25, I think, and I was 17, a baby, literally. And senior prom was coming up, and I didn't have a date for the prom. And so I'm telling her, we went to go smoke and cut school, and I'm telling her what happened, and then I'm telling her how prom's coming up and now I don't have a date. And she was like, oh, well, I should tell my brother to go with you. And I had only been her friend for a few months at this point, and I didn't even know she had a brother. So I'm like, you have a brother, And so then the conversation kind of like changes, because then I'm like, what else do I not know about you? But anyway, so we're like talking, and there's like some party coming up some other week. And she's like, oh, I should tell him to come to that party. Or I was going to be house sitting soon for my sister's friend and planning to throw a party. So I was like, well, maybe you should bring him to the house, But like whatever, a couple weeks went by, didn't think anything of it, and then I was house sitting, and I was using my sister's friend's cell phone that she had left me, and it was those old ones, like the huge ones back in the day. And so she was saying like, oh, I'll tell him to call you, because everybody knew I was using that damn cell phone. But so anyway, a couple nights before this party, I had this dream. I was sitting in the back seat of my friend Jody's white Toyota Corolla. I think it was like a 91 or something. And she's driving, her boyfriend's in the front seat, I'm in the back seat, and I'm sitting next to this like really warm body. And I couldn't see who it was, or like I didn't know who they were, but I knew who they were. I don't know if some people will understand that, but we were in the back seat of her car, she's driving, and we pulled into like this driveway of someone's house. We were like turning around, we were like following a bunch of cars, and we start reversing out of the driveway, and I see this like low stone rock wall, and then mock orange trees growing like really high above the wall, like trimmed nice like tall mock orange bushes like going up the side of the driveway. It's very typical like of Hawaii to have the mock orange, and like people line it with their driveway and trim it like all nice and neat into a hedge. And we're joking about like what day it is, like what the date is and the day of the week is, and like the person next to me is like telling us, no, you're wrong, it's not that day, it's the next day because it's after midnight. And like we all thought it was so hilarious, and we're like laughing, and like I remember just like falling into him and like feeling all this warmth. And I woke up, and so like I didn't think anything of this dream. I'm a very lucid dreamer. As a Pisces, I have vivid dreams all the time. So like the day of the party comes, and she had given him the number to the cell phone, and I was hanging out with my girlfriends at a community pool by my house that like everybody would hang out at, and like he starts calling like over and over again, like repeatedly, and that should have been the first red flag, but I didn't see it. I was very like soft-hearted, timid, shy around guys, very insecure, although I did not even realize that about myself at the time, but very insecure. And What should have been a red flag to most was instead like, oh my God, this guy like really likes me, wants to be like stuck to me. And this has been a recurring theme in my life and relationships over the years, even to this day. But so I didn't answer at first for a bit because like my friends are all like ragging on me, like, you're hanging with the girls, don't talk to him, you know? Like my friends, they're just amazing and hilarious. So don't answer, then finally answer, and I'm like, I'm hanging out with my friends, like stop calling me. And he's trying to like pressure me, like press me to hurry up and tell your friends to get ready, and I'm already drinking, like let's get this night started. And we kind of like had some rules, like we didn't go out until after it was dark, and we always got a little drunk before we went to parties, and we liked to always like be the ones to start the dance floor. So we like wanted the party to get like a little bit vibing, and like we're, pre-gamed. Just wild bunch of young girls. And so I'm telling him the rules, that we can't go out yet. So he kind of like gets a little bit annoyed, and then he stops calling, and he doesn't call for a couple hours after that. And like I didn't really think anything of it, but I kind of was like, that's weird. But then my friends and I, we go home, we get ready. Well, we go back to my sister's friend's house that I'm house sitting for, get ready for this party. And finally, after a few hours, he calls me and he's like, where are you guys? Like, are you guys going out? And I'm like, yeah, we're getting ready to go out. And I told him to meet me at this convenience store. We were about to leave, and we had to go to, like a local convenience store to tap shoulder, get someone of age to buy us alcohol because we're teenagers. And so I told him to meet me there. So we get there, and I was in my friend Tammy's car, silver Honda Civic. I feel like I have to say that now since I said what the other car was. But I think it was a Honda Civic. I mean, I should know because I used to drive it all the time, because I could always like handle my alcohol a little bit more. And so when we were all drunk at the end of the night, I would always drive us home. Underage, drunk driving. We were naughty. But he gets there, and when he gets there, a girl drops him off. And like, I was so young and naive. I don't know how I didn't put two and two together, but I did find out later on that during that 2 hour time, he was like with that girl, fooling around, doing stuff. But again, red flag number 2, that I did not raise